Rihanna, are you still working? It's past 6 o'clock, and you haven't prepared dinner?
I'm sorry, Carol. I was going to call you earlier. I've got an urgent meeting today, and I won't be home anytime soon.
What? A meeting?
I'm sorry, but I can't cook dinner tonight. I'm afraid you'll have to eat out today. Or can you please order a delivery?
Don't be silly. Come home right now. The laundry hasn't been done. You haven't cleaned the house either. You haven't got your chores done at all.
I told you I have a meeting.
You're lying.
What?
You're just a part-timer, aren't you? A part-timer shouldn't have any meetings to attend.
Well, I'm not a part-timer.
You don't have to try to hide it. If you're not a part-timer, then what are you? A temp worker? You're a high school dropout, so how can you get a full-time job?
But it doesn't change the fact that I'm working. Carol, you're always at home, so you could help me with the housework, couldn't you?
Wow, you're using me, your mother-in-law, to do housework?
No, I'm just saying that I'd be happy if you could help me, even if it's just a little.
Anyway, I won't allow you to skip making dinner. Your husband comes home tired from work. It's the wife's duty to prepare dinner for her husband when he comes home from work. Oh, why did Mark marry such a lazy woman like you? I mean, Mark is a graduate from a prestigious university, and you, on the other hand, is a high school dropout. It's impossible for you two to be husband and wife, isn't it?
Mark told me he didn't care about my educational background, at least when we first got married.
He was just speaking in formalities. I can't believe you didn't go to university nowadays. It's like saying you're not good at studying, that you're stupid.
Is education really that important?
Huh?
There are many high school dropouts who are active in society. It's true that if you have a high level of education, it may be evidence that you're smart. But that doesn't necessarily mean you can succeed in business.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying that Mark is useless in society?
That's not what I'm saying.
You're really a cheeky, unpleasant person. Who do you think is responsible for you being able to live in this house?
Excuse me?
Mark works for a big company, and he pays the expensive rent. That's how you get to live here.
No,
Please don't come back to this house today.
What?
Not just today, for the rest of your life. Don't come back here.
What?
You should be thankful to Mark. You're a high school dropout, and yet you got to live in a penthouse.
Well, you'd be in trouble if I suddenly left, you know?
Of course you'd be in trouble, wouldn't you? I have more space if you leave, and I don't have to argue with you and get irritated. It's all good. I should have done this earlier.
But Mark would object.
Oh, he agrees with me.
What?
He just got home a while ago. He found out that you hadn't prepared dinner yet. He said you're a disappointment as a wife and that he would kick you out of the house. He was furious.
No kidding.
Too bad. Mark is on my side.
I can't believe that he would easily kick out his wife.
It's your fault, Rihanna. You were never fit to be his wife. Now, if that's the case, I'll have to clean out your stuff.
What? You mean you're going to throw away my stuff?
I'm not throwing it away, but I'm going to make sure it's ready to be taken out. I'll take it out of the room and put it in the hallway.
Wait a minute, please. Please don't go into my room without permission.
My room? What are you talking about? You're moving out of this house. You don't need your room.
I have a lot of important things there, like work documents. Please, don't touch them without permission.
Work documents? Don't act so high and mighty. What are you talking about? You're just a part-timer. I'll just stick them in a cardboard box.
Carol, you'll regret it later.
I won't regret it. I thought you were in the way for a long time. Actually, I was against Mark marrying you from the very beginning. You're a parasite that hangs on to our family. We have to get rid of you immediately.
That is such a horrible thing to say.
Don't you have anything more to say?
Huh?
Thank you for letting me, a high school dropout, live in your penthouse. That's what you should be saying, thanking me and my son.
Isn't it you who should be thanking me?
Huh? Why should I thank you? Oh, for God's sake, that's enough. You haven't had a proper education, so you haven't got any common sense or manners. Living under the same roof with an insane person like you is over. Get out of here, you thankless woman.
I can't stop laughing.
Huh?
No, it's nothing. I'll pack up my stuff and leave after work.
Do that for me.
I'm asking you again. Are you sure about this?
You're persistent. I told you to get the hell out of here.
Okay. Thank you for everything, even if it was for a short while. Mark, I'm sure your mother already told you. What the hell is this? Why do I have to be evicted?
It's my mother's decision. You don't have a choice.
Why would I not have a choice? You'd be in trouble if I left the house. Mark, you understand, don't you?
Well, it's a good opportunity.
What do you mean?
You know, Rihanna, you don't know enough about being a wife.
Huh?
A wife should respect her husband and her husband's parents. But you're always acting like a big shot, looking down on me and my mother. No wonder she's angry. I don't want to spend all my time with a wife who's that cocky.
Isn't it too old-fashioned to have expectations like, this is how a wife should be, in this day and age? And I didn't mean to disrespect you.
No, you're looking down on me. You're a high school dropout, and yet you're acting so cocky just because you make more money than I do. You skip housework because of your job. You look down on us. That's why you act like a big shot, right?
No, that's...
Anyway, I'm sick of being with you.
Well, fine. I don't care what's gonna happen to you.
You're done with work, right? Your stuff is an eyesore, so get your ass over here and pick it up.
Yeah, I know.
Also, I'm divorcing you.
Sure.
You're surprisingly straightforward.
Because I'm getting kicked out of the house. What's the point of staying married?
You married a well-educated elite man. You should be grateful.
Grateful? You two are like two peas in a pod.
What?
Nothing. Then let's proceed with the change of ownership for the house tomorrow, and sometime soon, shall we?
Rihanna, pick up.
Sorry, I'm at work. What's so urgent?
Hey, your mother-in-law is calling you. Whether you're busy or not, it's common sense to pick up the phone.
No, I don't think that's common sense. And you're not my mother-in-law anymore.
You're still the same cheeky little wife, aren't you?
No, I'm not a wife of your son anymore.
Oh, God, you piss me off at every turn.
So, what can I do for you? I'm busy at work. If it's a trivial matter, I'd appreciate it if you could come back later.
The rent! The rent!
What?
What is that? That amount of money?
Oh, you mean the rent for the penthouse?
Yes. I happened to notice it when I was looking at the real estate agent's advertisement. This house costs $8,500 for rent.
Yes.
Oh, Rihanna, you knew about this?
Well, it's the house I lived in until recently.
Mark's an elite guy, so living in an $8,500 penthouse is no problem. But you, even though you're divorced now, it's frustrating to think that you, a high school dropout, were living with us. To make you understand how fortunate you were, I thought I'd tell you how much the rent is.
You contacted me on such a trivial matter?
It's not a trivial matter. You should be thanking me for letting you live in an $8,500 house.
Forcing me to thank you again? Actually, I was the one paying the rent, you know?
What? What do you mean?
I mean, I was paying the $8,500 rent for the penthouse.
Liar. You're just a part-timer, aren't you? How can you pay $8,500 rent when you're on such low wages?
I'm not a part-timer.
Are you a full-time employee?
That's not true either. I run a company.
What?
I started my own business almost 10 years ago.
Oh my God, you're a company president?
An ordinary office worker would hardly be able to afford $8,500 rent.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
I told you when I went to greet you before my wedding, but you didn't even try to listen to me at all. You just kept saying how rare it is to be a high school dropout nowadays. All you cared about was my educational background.
But Mark didn't tell me you were the president. He never told me.
I'm sure his pride wouldn't allow it. I earn more than him. Mark was very concerned about it.
But you dropped out of high school, didn't you? How did you become president with your low education?
I dropped out of high school because I was more interested in business than in studying. As I said before, your educational background doesn't matter much once you enter the workforce.
Well, fine. I didn't expect you to be president. But Mark works for a prestigious company too. From now on, Mark can pay the rent. Up until now, you've been paying it together, right?
No, Mark hasn't paid a penny.
What?
We agreed to pay half each at first, but a few months ago, I started paying the full amount.
What do you mean?
Don't you know, Carol? Mark recently quit his job.
That can't be true. Stop saying nonsense.
It's true. He's unemployed now.
That's a lie. Mark wears a suit to work every morning.
He's probably out looking for a new job. Maybe he's going to interviews. Or maybe he doesn't want you to find out that he's unemployed. So he's just wearing a suit for the time being and hanging out in a park until the evening.
Wait a minute. Then how are we supposed to live from now on? If Mark's unemployed, there's no way I can pay $8,500 in rent.
That's why I told you that you'll regret it later.
Hey, Rihanna, will you come back to our house?
No way. You're the one who called me a parasite and kicked me out.
Because I didn't know the rent for this house was so high. And I didn't even know you were paying the full amount. I'll let you live in my house again, so come back.
I'll let you live in my house. That's such a condescending attitude.
It's a lovely penthouse. Wouldn't you like to live here again? Come on, let's live together as a family again.
No, thank you.
What?
Actually, I've decided to live abroad.
Abroad? What about your company? You're the president, right?
Yes, I am, but I can work remotely. Living abroad has always been a dream of mine, and I feel liberated after the divorce.
What?
So I'm not going back to your house. Well, even if I were in the US, I have no intention of going back.
Then just pay the rent.
Huh?
I don't care if it's by bank transfer or whatever. Just send me and Mark $8,500 every month.
I don't want to. Why should I pay rent for a house I don't even live in?
Because Mark quit his job. I'm a housewife, and there's no one else who can pay.
I was evicted from that house. Isn't it strange that you kicked me out and want me to pay?
We're family. Why won't you help us?
Family? What are you talking about? Mark and I are divorced. You and I are strangers. Well, I've got some work to do, so if you'll excuse me.
Wait! Rihanna! Rihanna, how dare you tell Mom?
What are you talking about?
Don't play innocent. That I quit my job and I'm unemployed now. You told that to Mom yesterday, didn't you?
I'm surprised your mother didn't know. You thought you could keep it a secret?
How can I tell my mother? She let me go to a good university and get a job at a good company. My mother always had high expectations of me. I can't very well tell her that I quit because I hated my job.
It's nothing to worry about, is it? It's not like you have to stay with a company until retirement. A lot of people change jobs.
It's so hard to change jobs. I get rejected at interviews all the time.
Oh my.
I have a brilliant CV, so I thought any company would want to hire me. But for some reason, they all turn me down. They're all so blind to people, aren't they?
I guess it's because they have an eye for people that they're rejecting you.
What the hell?
The only thing you can boast about is your educational background. Even though you work for a big company, you have no great achievements. And you have a terrible personality, so no one would want to hire you.
Damn, you look down on me as usual.
I'm just telling you the truth.
Rihanna, lend me some money.
What? Why?
I can't pay the rent. I quit my job and have no income. I can't pay $8,500 every month.
I know, right?
Lend me $50,000 for now.
Who told you I'm lending you money?
There's no one I can rely on but you. My dad's dead, and I'm ashamed to rely on my relatives.
Then why did you kick me out? Didn't you know that you wouldn't be able to live in the penthouse without me?
I thought I could get by with a new job at a higher paying company.
You're so stupid, it's appalling.
Rihanna, please help me. Otherwise, I'll be kicked out of my house.
Then you'll have to move out, won't you?
My pride won't allow that.
Oh, I see. Then you'll just have to find a new job and earn money.
I tried, but I couldn't. That's why I'm asking you to lend me money.
I'm sorry. To be honest, I'm sick of you people.
What?
You've been living in the penthouse on my income for years. You've been relying on me to pay for everything. And yet, you insulted me with terms like high school dropout and parasite and kicked me out of the house. You deserve this, and I don't want to help you at all.
But we were a married couple not so long ago, weren't we? Your ex-husband is in trouble. You could at least help him out a little.
We're strangers now. I mean, I feel really stupid for choosing a scum like you as a marriage partner.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Don't even think about seeking me out and begging me for money, okay? I've already told your mother I'm moving abroad.
Rihanna, wait.
Well then, good luck to you two.
Please, don't abandon us.
After that, Mark and Carol kept texting me for help. It was annoying, so I blocked them both. According to rumors I heard from relatives, the two were evicted from the penthouse for failing to pay their rent, and they moved into a battered old flat. Mark's job hunt eventually didn't work out. He now manages to make ends meet with a part-time day job. Carol has also started working part-time to earn money to live on. However, She had no social experience, and her personality has some quirks. So it's hard for her to fit in at work, and she is having a hard time. I would like them both to reconfirm how much they have been spoiled by me. As for me, I moved abroad as planned. I am working hard, communicating remotely with my staff in the US. I don't have people interrupting my work every now and then like before. As a result, my performance has improved and I'm doing very well. In my private life, I have a wonderful boyfriend and I am living a very fulfilling life.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.